Hello, welcome back to Zero Escape 2, Virtue's Last Reward. Yep, I'm gonna go with Dio first. Go through the red door, Dio. I'll take Dio, then into the red door for us.
自分で言うのもなんだが、物好きもいるもんだな。だが一応例だけは言っておこうか。ありがとよ。
Are you okay with that, Clover?
まあ、信用できる相手とは言えないけど、アリスがこの組み合わせ、パターン B でいいって言うなら。
私は別にいいわよ。私と K のペアはソロである天明寺さんと組んで緑の扉の先へと進むのね。ディオなんかと組むよりは全然マシ。問題ないわ。
わしも異議なしじゃ。ルナがクオークのそばについていてくれれば安心じゃからな。
はい、クオーク君のことなら任せておいてください。
What about I and K?
全く問題ない。ルナと一緒にクオークを連れて青の扉へと進もう。
私もパターン B で結構です。緑の扉ですね。
Yeah, good. Looks like we're all set. Kay nodded and handed Quark gently to Luna.
カラードドア閉鎖まで残り10秒です。
Come on, guys, hurry. The door is already closing.
了解だ。
分かってるって。
With seconds to spare, we left to cross the threshold.
2、1、0。
Dio, you're so smart.
閉鎖。
Then how about you solve these puzzles for me, huh? I could use the help. What is this? There are 3 different doors.
どこに進めばいいんだ？
っていうか、全部ロックしてあるみたいだよ。
行き止まりってことか。
No, hold on. What's this thing?
レバーがついてるな。
そのレバーを下げたらいかんぞ。
Are you serious?
天才的なギャグじゃない？ね？
what does that
なあ、シグ
mean?
この女バカなのか？
I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just take it easy with her, okay?
ちょっとレディーを前にして男同士で密談みたいなことしないでくれる？普通こんな可愛い女の子がいたら内緒話なんてしないっしょ。私ってば最高。
なあ、シグこの女殴っていいか？
No, I wouldn't do that. What if it only makes her worse?
とまあそういうわけで私の天才的なギャグ披露についてはこれぐらいにして、レバー下げてみない？
I thought you said we should stay away from it.
でも下げないことには何も始まらないと思うよ。後戻りなんてできないんだし。
分かったよ。それじゃ俺が下げてやる。いいか？行くぞ。
The center one opens.
他はロックされたままだが。
とにかく開いた方に進んでみようよ。行こう。
He is a little cute. Without waiting for a response, Clover marched through the door. Dio and I shared a glance, shook our heads, and followed. Whoa. What is this place? Alright, Dio,
扉には
solve half
生
the
物
puzzles
学
for
研
me.
究室って書いてあったいわゆるバイオラボってやつだ
A laboratory, huh?
ねえ、もしかしたらここってウイルスとかの研究をする場所なんじゃない？だとしたら
Good idea. We might be able to find some of that exolabor.
もしもそれが見つかったら
Oh.
クオークを治療することが。
そう簡単にいくかね
Well, somebody's a positive thinker.
別にただ思ったことを言ったまでだよ
Well, we won't know until we look. So let's get started. Come on. I can look at them a little bit, but if they get too hard, then just have Dio solve them for me. What's this thing? Who knows? There's something on this tray. It looks like a ball. There isn't anything in it. Do you think we're supposed to stick this metal part into something? Into the capsule. One hemisphere of this capsule is transparent. It's empty. Seed. Cylinder full of seeds. They're thin and don't have any markings. Strange machine. We don't know what it does, so it's probably best to leave it alone for now. Binder. Looks like there's 2 pieces of paper in here. Yeah. Let's see here. Hydroponics research 1 and 2. You have found hydroponics research 1 and 2. You can review them in the archive. This is the laboratory they have here. What do they do in this laboratory? Is this a microscope? I tried looking into the eyepiece, but it's pitch black in there. Well, there are these 4 holes on top of it. Maybe we need to stick something in? Cylinder full of seeds. They're round, one half is colored and the other is. It's black. There's nothing going on here. This is safe, right? Yeah, it's just like the one in the AV room. I saw one in the infirmary today. If we punch in the right password, it'll open up. At least it should. What should I do? It's on the table. Oh, back here. A cylinder full of seeds. They're round and striped. I think there are still a few things here we might be able to use. The devil is in the details now. Some beakers. Looks like they're empty. We probably won't need them then. Shelves. I guess there's still some useful stuff here. Roots? What is this? A dead spider? Maybe it's a fake beard. Have you ever seen a person with a beard like this? Yeah, my grandpa had one. It looks like a root. It's probably some kind of preserved specimen. Saline solution. Oh. This is saline solution. What the? Clover, what if that had been poisoned? Or something. You worry too much. I just pretended to drink it. Then how do you know it's saline solution? It says on the underside of the lid, silly. Look, it's Lord Hoppington. Don't give it a name. It looks like he's dead. Yeah, he's probably been preserved. I think the liquid inside is ethanol. How do you know? The smell. Really? Yeah, it smells like disinfectant, right? And besides, scientists preserve stuff in ethanol all the time. Huh. These look like something you might put specimens in. Maybe, but there's nothing in them right now. Okay. Cylinder full of seeds. They're thin and have stripes. Oh, another machine. What's this thing? That thing on the top looks like some sort of industrial strength lid. Oh, a mixer. If you open it up, it looks like a blender or something. I don't think you use it for cooking though. Maybe it's for scientific experimentation. We are in a lab. Yeah, you could probably pulverize just about anything with something this heavy duty. Binder. There's some paper inside it. It says DNA extraction instructions. You have found DNA extraction instructions. You can review them in the archive. Oh yay, DNA. Yeah. Yeah. What's this? Man, look at all these pipes. I think they run down to the beakers underneath. Their handles are at a high speed. If you turn the handle right, the liquid goes right. And if you turn it left, the liquid goes left. So maybe if you put it in the middle, half goes to the left and half goes to the right. What is this liquid then? Probably water. What do the numbers mean? Are they supposed to indicate the amount of water that flows out of each pipe? There aren't any units, but it looks like 80 something of water come out of the center pipe. And then each pipe after the split gets 40. So we're supposed to regulate the flow of water with the handles so that each beaker gets the correct amount. Yeah, how do we get the water to come out in the first place though? I think you probably just pull that lever over there on the right. Like this. After turning the correct lever, pull down on the lever on the right to pour water into the beakers. Okay, let's give it a shot. Oh, interesting. Alright. Okay, I'll do that I'll do that later. Is there anything behind me? Nothing. So this is the lock for the door? Well, it does say lock on it. It looks just like the one in the infirmary. There's a keyhole and everything. There was one in the crew quarters too. Yeah, I saw one in the lounge. So to get out of here, we need to find a key that fits this lock, right? It looks that way. Also, the green stuff on the wall behind me. The green liquid. A tray. Nothing on it anymore. A binder. There's some paper inside. Let me see that. It says steps for dissecting a frog. Yay! Found dissection instructions. Alright. Got it. So, dissecting frog, DNA extracting, and beakers. That's what they do here. Great. Yeah, I can start with this one. Let's see if I can do it. First, I want to see what exactly this does. Oh, so I just have to turn the levers. So I'm able to turn the levers to bait positions. $40, $80, $40. What am I supposed to do? What the? What can I do with these? The empty capsules. See? Can't do that, no? Did you already look at the binary found next to the mixture? I remember seeing something in there that said DNA extraction instruction. I think there's a part about using a mixer for something. So the beaker, I think the beaker is a little harder than it looks. Hydroponics research, and then dissecting a frog, and DNA extraction instructions. Alright, I'll try DNA first. Proceed through the following steps to extract DNA from a plant's roots and seeds. 1. Place plant material in designated blender and activate blender. 2. Once the material has been thoroughly broken down, add in a solution of saline water. 3. The liquid will be filtered and dripped down into a beaker. Once it has done so, pour the ethanol into the beaker. 4. DNA will collect at the bottom of the beaker. Use an empty capsule to collect it. Plant material. Plant material. Yes. Where do I put it? Okay, time to throw this through the mixer. Alright, done. And then I put Celine. Instruction. Alright, I'll just pour the Celine solution in here. Oh, yay, science! There's a funnel above the beaker. Filtered liquid comes out of it. Eventually. Okay, looking good. And then grab it with the... Pour the ethanol. Hold on. Did I grab it? What are we supposed to do next? What does the manual say? Well, step number 3 says something like this. The liquid will filter into the beaker. Add ethanol to the liquid. I guess you should pour in ethanol then. The ethanol with the frog in it. Okay. I'll make sure... I guess I need to put some ethanol on it. This is what the ethanol is, right? Fair progress. Oh no! Oh, the frog is in. I have to go do this first, and then. Oh, what do I do it then? Take the frog out, and then I pour the ethanol in there. Do I? What if I'm supposed to put something in the holes? Really? I think it's everything. There doesn't seem to be anything else in here that we can use. What the? What do I do to get the frog out? What if the frog has polluted the ethanol somehow? I don't know. Can I get on there at all? This is connected to that. There's a cord. It just goes up to there. Open. Oh, I just go down here. What's this? Huh? Why did you put a speaker here? That's a drain. What is wrong with you? Oh, I see you've got the frog there. Planning to take it out, I assume? You should probably pour the ethanol down the drain first. Okay. I'll just pour the froggy ethanol into the drain. Oh, and set the frog over here. This tank collects liquid waste. The ethanol poured down the drain should be here. I poured it down. Let me just go check the log. I poured it down, Dio. You didn't. It's a little big, but I have a feeling we should take it. I think they collects liquid waste. Right now it's full of the ethanol that the frog is in. Dissecting a frog. Okay, I'll do dissecting a frog first. Alright. A cylinder full of seeds. They're round and don't have any markings. Alright. Remove the specimen from its preserving ethanol. Dispose of the ethanol by pouring it down the drain. The ethanol will be filtered and gathered in the liquid waste tank beneath the cover. Begin dissection using provided scalpel. Okay, we got a scalpel in that first room. We don't have a scalpel here. Hey, where's the scalpel? Huh? So what do we do with this frog? Actually, I guess we already know, huh? The instructions in that binder didn't leave a lot to their imagination. Begin dissection using provided scalpel. Cut it open. Man, that's kind of messed up. CR Senior's got some issues, I think. Whatever. Not like we've got a lot of choice there. Guess we better find a scalpel then, huh? That first scalpel was a little easier to find. Where's this scalpel? Oh! Right here? Okay, it's a scalpel. Sorry, it's a scalpel. Hey, look at this. Pretty fancy tray. Is that a cat playing with the ball of yarn? Are you even looking at it? Cat, it's a lion. How are you not getting that? Why? Sorry, it's the sort of thing I picked up when I was a kid. Whenever I talk about cats, I kind of, well, you heard. That's pretty weird. Why? I don't... What are you talking about? Sigma, what are you gonna do with the scalpel? Are you gonna cut Lord Hoppington open? Well, I don't really have a choice, do I? But poor Lord Hoppington. What are you freaking out about? It's dead. That's not the point. It's still sad. Yeah, it is kind of sad. Oh, for the love of... This frog is dead. It's an X-frog. Look, fine. I'll do it. Hey, well, I guess that's getting into trouble. Yes, thank you. Something came out of the stomach. I didn't even want to do that. It's gross. Blue capsule? Huh? A small capsule, half of it is blue. It is some sort of metal protrusion. It's a Pokeball. Kind of. Okay. Here. That. Alright, next I need to pour the ethanol into the beaker. Then... I guess this should do it. Do you think this gel here has a DNA in it that we're supposed to collect? Probably. So what do we do with it? Does the manual say anything? Oh, yeah. I think there was a fourth step in there. There's decals to collect. Alright, I'm gonna dip the protrusion on this capsule into the stuff in the beaker. Awesome, you got it all. Ooh, a small capsule, half of it is green. There's some sort of metal protrusion. Ooh, very interesting. Empty capsule. And then I get 2 empty capsules too. So we use this for the DNA, right? I wonder if we could use anything else. Well, we will if we have to, I guess. That's so vague. Why is every relationship always about what the guy wants, huh? I've got needs too, you know? I mean, I'm the kind of girl who's totally devoted to her man, but that's a two-way street. What are you talking about? Okay. And now I can go down and look at here. Okay. You know that hydroponics research thing we just done? I think it said something about preparing different hydroponic fluids and how they each had a different color. Do you think it was talking about these? The stuff in these 5 beakers appears to be undiluted hydroponic fluid. Apparently, I need to dilute it with water. Oh, this is so cool. There's a large lever embedded in the wall. There's a rectangular hole in the wall. I don't really know if I can use the capsules for anything right now. Okay. Then I get 40, 80, and 40. And then it's 3, 3, 2, 5, 3. I don't know where each one's supposed to go. Okay. Ah. We poured the water into the beakers, and all the lights are green. You did it! Good, good. Hey, you remember that hydroponics thing? Doesn't it say something about preparing 5 types of seeds? You've got them all, right? Yeah, I have 2 types of long seeds and 3 types of round seeds. Then maybe you should put them in the beakers. If you just grab one of those seed containers, you should be able to put them into one of the beakers. Weird. There are a lot of different seeds. Oh, well, hold on. Hydroponics Research Part 2. Research has shown that there is a distinct and repeatable relationship between the fluid used and the type of seed. These relationships can be characterized in the following manner. The long seeds failed to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Round seeds in fluid B, yellow, and fluid B, cyan, failed to germinate. None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C, green. Non-marked seeds failed to germinate in fluid A, or fluid B, yellow. When the striped seeds were put into fluid B, cyan, and fluid E, blue, only one of them failed to germinate. Germinate. Does that mean, get rid of germs, or, terminate the germs, germinate? Germinate. Fluid B, let's see. Rounds. Do I want them to germinate, or do I not? So do I not want to put them in? Do I want to put them in fluid B, or do I not? Should I put them in not in fluid A, C, and E instead of fluid B and D? Fluid A or fluid B? Only one of them. Which one? When the striped seeds were put into fluid D and fluid E. Okay, so which one? Fluid D or fluid E? Which one of them failed to germinate? Was it fluid D or fluid E? Did I read this right? Yeah. Okay. That's part 1. Part 1, part 2. Part 1. Preparation of hydroponic fluid and seeds. Preparation 1. Prepare the 5 different hydroponic fluids. Dilute with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 parts water. Each fluid has a distinct color. Preparation 2. Prepare the 5 types of plant seeds. 2 long seeds, 3 round seeds. Okay, so I put long seeds in A and B, and then round seeds in C, D, and E. Oh, I think that's the regular one, and then the other one is the secret. The secret was very, very hard. Long seed and round seed. That's the long seed. That must be the round seed. Alright. Each seed requires a particular kind of culture. Place each seed in the appropriate seed. By dragging a seed on top of another seed, you can switch them. Press the check button after you have put the seeds in the correct places. When each seed is in the correct culture, you will have completed this puzzle. I'm not sure what's going on, but here goes. Oh no, I do use everyone here. 2 long seeds and 3 round seeds. Okay. I don't know what was where, but I do know that it goes 2 and then 3. Yeah, okay, so I have to use all of these. I just don't know if they have to germinate or not. So this is the information it gives me. I think I don't want them to germinate. If none of them germinated when put in fluid C, then I can put anything in fluid C, and it won't germinate. So I guess that means I'm supposed to not let them germinate. Non-marked seeds failed to germinate in fluid A or fluid B. Now wait a minute. Fluid A or fluid B. I have 2 long seeds, and one is a blank and the other is marked. So it's non-marked seeds. But to get non-marked seeds, I would have to put the other circle one there. A, B. Huh. None of the marked seeds germinated if put in fluid C. When the striped seeds were put into fluid D and fluid E, no, only one of them failed to germinate. So a round seed needs to go into fluid D, and then a striped seed needs to go into fluid D, fluid E. I don't know about the middle one. Ah, yeah, very weird. So, I need to put a round one there? If I get it wrong, it just disappears. Oh, it said I got one right there, okay. I really got both those wrong? Hold on. Oh. Germinate. Wait a minute, so for the left side where it says the blank seeds right here, it says A and B. Non-marked seeds. And these are the only 2 non-marked seeds. So I do want them to germinate then? Ah, alright. Okay, so germinating's good. I do want them to germinate. So which one was that? I need to look at it closely. This isn't exactly the way to do it. With science, this would be wasting resources. But still. Germinate. Germinate. None of the marked seeds. So I can't put a marked seed in here. So I gotta think about it the other way. Round seeds in fluid B, so don't put a round in fluid B or D. Like that. I think I got those 2 now. Okay, switch those 2 around. And then I need to put these three where they need to go. That's 3, okay. That's 3 again. Okay, almost got it. Alright. So half, stripe, circle. I just need to figure out what these 3 are. Okay, stripe. Did I already see what this was? So that, wait, is it randomized? Does it randomly put them where they are too? Oh no, okay. Okay, I think this should be it. Half, and that one starts as half, right? Would have put the seeds in a random position every try. You did it, Sigma. You've shown new seeds. Don't say that. Huh? Why not? Just don't. Quiet, you two. Look at this. Oh, a red capsule? It's a Pokeball! It's an actual Pokeball! Red capsule. Small capsule, half of it is red. It is some sort of metal fusion. I choose you, Pikachu. Capsule. Ooh, whoa. Neat. Looks like I still need this one. Alright, can I do anything with this yet then? Wait, okay, so I used the seeds. I didn't use them up though. I still have them. I just used up one seed for each one. Oh, there's still one capsule that needs to be filled. I don't know how to fill it. I really thought I'd be able to use this right here. I really can. Sure looks interesting. Okay, so I got one with the DNA. I got one with the seeds. And then I got one with the frog. So I feel like I'd get one with this, but it says I can't use it yet. Fight. It's so poison. Unless I need to make 2 here. But I was only able to make 1 though. And colors I've gotten are red, green, and blue. And then I just have 1 that's empty. I put that in. Oh no, did I already use that, right? The plant. I only had one plant, so I can only get one here. Okay. It's just gonna put it wherever it goes. Sigma, come here. What's wrong? I can see something in here. What do you mean something? Or just look. It's easier than explaining. Ooh, what the heck is this? Probably a simplified version of the DNA sequence. A is adenine. G is guanine. C is cytosine. T is thymine. I think we can manipulate it. Yeah. It looks like the puzzle has to do with pairing these bases. Yeah. DNA is made out of core bases, adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. However, you can only bind A and T or G and C. Anything else just won't work. These are called complementary base pairs. You sure know a lot about this stuff. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, you should be able to solve the puzzle now. Give it a shot. Reposition each row so that each A is connected to a T and each G is connected to a C. Move each row sideways until the letters match up. I have an extra capsule. I don't know what I do with it. What? What the? What the? Okay. Click it and then I can drag. Okay. Oh, it moves the top part and it moves the bottom part there. Top, what the? Okay, I move the top and then it moves the bottom part here too. Okay, if I click here, it moves both the middle parts. Okay. Just that one. And now these two bottom parts. Okay. Oh. Alright. I think I just got it. I think I just got that one. Okay. Yeah. Just the middle one now? Oh no, I got two of them, but I don't have the middle one. Ah. Oh no. Yeah, this makes it hard. Okay. Ha! Did it! Good job, Sigma! That was awesome! You want a treat? I'm not hungry. You're a turkey! What? Stop screwing up! We don't have time for that. Now get over here. There's something on it. This is the safe password. Perfect, this is just what we need. Yeah, now we can get in the safe. The screen is glowing white. To view the password you found, visit the archive and navigate to the past tab. Very, very interesting one. Oh, I like a laboratory now. I do wonder what the secret is for this. This must be a pretty interesting secret. Okay. I think it's alright, right? Okay. Yes, it opened. You did it. Okay, what have we got here? First is a map. It says 4B. The one I found in the infirmary said 4A. So did the one from the lounge. And that would take 4A to top floor, right? I mean, we were at the elevator down to get here. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, let's keep working. There's a lot of stuff in here. These are the key cards. Each one's got a picture of a moon on it. Then these have to be the cards the announcer was talking about. Looks like they gave us two, just like with the sun cards. I'm a solo, so I'll hang on to one. Cool. Sure, fine. Next up, we've got a notebook. Anything interesting? I can't read any of this. Are these even letters? What the heck is this? Isn't it a journal? It's got dates and stuff. Maybe, but I can't read any of this. What language is it? Who knows? Maybe it's Brazilian? They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Anyway, what else have we got here? Looks like two more things. Is that medicine? Clover, what does it say on the label? Axelavir. Axelavir? Oh, Axelavir? Wait, didn't Luna say something about, Axelavir? You're right! This is it! This is Axelavir! It's the cure for Radical 6! Whoa, hold on! Let me see that! Later, we need to get out of here as quick as possible. Yeah, we need to get this stuff to Clark. First, we've got to get out of this room. Yeah, but that's easy. You got it, right? We found this key in the safe. It should open the exit. Yeah, let's go. Wait a minute. Girlie! There's just a notebook in here. Researcher's journal. There's this. Huh. What is that? Oh, I do like science. I wonder what the secret is for this room. That's what the door we came in through. Are those huge water tanks? Nothing's swimming in them. They're not fish tanks. Okay. Steel blade. Blade bolted across this door. I can't open it. I'm surprised I can't click this on here. This way. Yeah. Yeah. Is that really what I had to do to get to the lock? Okay. Oh, got it. The lock through the door. Right now it says lock. You guys ready? Yeah, let's do it. Just get it over with. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Clover. Ah, Clover's having fun. Oh, that's cute.
おいちょっと待ってくれ
That Dio has to ruin everything.
一つだけいや二つだけ確認しておきたいことがあるんだまあ一つ目の方は大したことじゃないかもしれないが
何？
まずはこの機械のことだ結局こいつ最後まで使わなかっただろ
Yeah.
だから何なんだろうと思ってな
Well, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to answer that. Look at the side here. There's a name or something. IG Replicator?
レプリケーターは文字通りレプリカを作る機械のことだね。
So it's like a copy machine.
うん。多分頭についてる IB ってやつのね。
Any idea?
さあ、なんだろう。イカのバター焼きのことかな。
Of course. This machine must be here so we can just make all the ice cream we want. Are you nuts? Yeah. You're one idiotic girl, you know that? In other words, an IG.
おお、うまいこと言うね。
おいおいくだらんことを言ってる場合じゃないだろう痛いけな子供が一人病に倒れ
IG
て
also
苦しんでるっ
stands
てい
for
う
Instagram. Coincidence? Instagram is full of idiot girls. He was right, of course. I got my head shaped. Yeah, they're pretty nice.
とにかく IB とやらが何なのかわからない限りこの機械は使いようがないってことだな
そうなるね。
わかったそれじゃ2つ目の質問に移ろうシグマお前さっき日記帳らしきものと抗ウイルス薬の瓶を手に入れたよな
Yeah.
そのうちの後者抗ウイルス薬の方をもう一度よく見せてもらえないか
Why?
単純に 俺はまだ確認してないからよ。
More like
お前ら二
Instagram's
人
full
が
of
顔を突き合
intelligent
わせて
girls,
覗き
am
込
I
んでた
right?
からよく見えなかったんだ。本当にあれはアクセラビルだったのか？
Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled the vial out of my pocket. See, it's written right there on the label. Axel Locker.
バカだなお前は。
Huh?
お前の言葉を借りるなら一級品のバカ、略して IB だ。
But I don't. The words were barely out of my mouth when he moved. Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Hey, what gives?
どういうこと？
Dio slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
大丈夫だ、安心しろ。後で返してやる。
No, not later. Give it back now.
だから俺の頼みを聞いてくれたら返してやるって。
頼み？
そう、今俺のポケットに入ってるこの薬返してほしければ次の AB ゲームで協力を選ぶんだ。
Ally. Wait, is that why you took the medicine to blackmail me?
最低！それってクオークの命と引き換えにって意味じゃない。
まあ俺にも深い事情ってもんが。俺の言うことを聞いてくれたらちゃんと返してやるさ。
I didn't realize until they started to hurt that. I curled my hands into fists. If Dio would only give me an opening.
おっと、無理やり取り返そうとしたってダメだぜ。少しでも不穏な動きを見せたらこの薬叩き割ってやるからな。
He patted his pocket gently.
あとそれからもう一つ、この部屋で抗ウイルス薬を見つけたこと他の奴らに言うなよ。少しでも話せば次の瞬間には薬は床の上にぶちまかれることになるよ。
卑怯だよ、そんなの。
このゲームに IQ や愛嬌は必要ない。重要なのはたった一つ、いかに卑怯になれるかだ。さあどうする？協力を選ぶと約束してくれるか？
Fine, I promise.
シグマ！
Uh-oh.
きっとお前ならそう言ってくれると思ったよ。話のわかるやつでよかったぜ。だがもしも約束を破るようなことがあったらその時は分かってるな。じゃあな、
This is
次のラウン
awful.
ド楽しみにしてるぜ。
It is very, very painful. With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio strutted out of the room.
シグマ、本気なの？
Yeah.
シグマの今の BP は1。こっちが協力を選んで向こうが裏切りを出したら。
I know. I'll drop to -1, and that means I'll get penalized.
だったら
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. Oh, if he does that, then Quark will.
自分の命を犠牲にしてまで助けるっていうの？クオークを
Sigma.
なんで
Sigma's
そこまでして。
going to sacrifice himself. In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. very hard choice. It won't be easy to push either button right now.
アンビデックスゲートが開放されました。アンビデックスゲーム投票の締め切りまで残り45分です。
悪
This
い
is
な。
just bad either way.
一足先に開かせてもらったよ。
Dio. In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pocket.
別に構わないだろ。お前と四つ葉がすぐに来ることは分かってたし、それに気が変わらんうちにさっさと済ませちまった方がいいと思ってな。次の AB ゲーム。
I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back, as was Phi, and of course Clover. Where are Tenyoji and the rest of them?
医務室にいるわ。
クオーク君をベッドの上に運んだのです。天明寺さんとルナさんはその付き添い。
I see.
容体の方はどうなの？
容体と言われてもな。ひとまずぐっすりと眠ってはいるが、体の中で何が起こっているのかわからん。
No change then, huh?
そうなるな。
ところでシグマたちが入ったのはどんな部屋だったの？
A laboratory.
バイオラボ。
それって細菌とかウイルスとか DNA とかを研究する？
うん、そんな感じだったね。
そこに抗ウイルス薬アクセラビルはなかったのか。
この部屋で抗ウイルス薬を見つけたことを他の奴らに言うな。少しでも話せ。次の瞬間には薬は床の上にぶちまかれることになるだろう。
My eyes flicked to Dio for a moment. No, nothing. Beside me, Clover bit her lip.
そうか。
So how'd it go if you help us? Find anything interesting? Vi only shook her head with a unison of movement that almost looked choreographed. Alice and Kay shrugged.
?それでこれからどうする？投票の締め切りまであと40分近くあるけど。
アリスはどうするつもり？
私はあなたたちが入ったっていうバイオラボが気になるからそこを覗いてみようかと。
それじゃあ私が案内する。
そうしてもらえると助かるわ。
俺はアリス、ケイ、天明寺の3人が入った部屋を調べてみるかな。もしかしたらお前らが見落としてるところがあるかもしれないし、そこにアクセラビルがある可能性だって。
What a jerk.
ではそちらの方は私が案内しましょう。
シグマとファイはどうするの？
Oh. Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
ならば私も付き合おう。
さあ、それじゃ行きましょう。
She nodded to Clover and they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. Well, it's not gonna be good what happens in there. Okay then, guess we should be going to.
いや、待て。その前に日記帳を見せてくれ。ディオから聞いたんだよ。部屋に関する詳細は教えてもらえなかったが、ただわけのわからない言語で書かれた日記帳を見つけたってな。それをシグマが持ってるって言うから見せてもらえないかと。
Yeah. One sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Vi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
これはラテン語だな。
Latin? You mean you can read it?
時間と辞書があれば。
So in other words, no.
仕方ないだろ。こいつはおそらく研究者の書いた研究日誌みたいなものだ。今日はボブとお散歩に行きました。とっても楽しかったです。とか。そんな感じの日常的な記録が記されてるわけじゃないんだよ。ほとんどが専門用語だらけで、何が書いてあるのかさっぱり。
Vi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Then suddenly she stopped.
待て。このページ。216ページに書いてあることなら、なんとなくわかるぞ。ここだけは、研究記録じゃなくて、執筆者の独白のような内容が書かれているんだ。
What's it say?
そうせかすなって。今頭の中で訳してるんだから。なるほど。わかったぞ。どうやらここにはラジカル6に関する事柄が記載されてるみたいだ。
Count on you. You're so smart. What? Why are they talking about that?
ああ、上から読み上げていくぞ。
When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a one-to-one basis with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to 1 square root of 1 over 6, or approximately 10.408. That means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or a radical 6 seconds, have passed outside. In other words, when 10 seconds pass in the real world, a patient infected with radical 6 would feel as if only 4 seconds had passed. This is why the virus has been termed radical 6. Radical is another term for what is also known as the root operation, the function inverse to the taking of a power. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Alright. The exact cause of this is unclear, and although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed, many believe that they are not unrelated. This is just fiction. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if it were a video cassette being fast-forwarded. I don't know if there are any diseases like this in the real world, but scary to think about. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact, 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Wait, this is all in Latin? Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Why is this book about a virus in today's world in Latin? Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we have been unable to develop one. How long has Radical 6 been around then? It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I have continued my efforts to discover an alternative means of treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day I see more crows and rats are everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats, who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please. Let their future be a bright one. This is basically like zombies. A disease that makes everyone want to kill themselves with. Well, that's a lot of information. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's what, about 40%.
重要なのはそっちの方じゃないだろう。ラジカル6は感染者の自殺衝動を喚起する。
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself. But it's because of the rule that if your heart stops, then the bracelet
未だ抗
comes
ウイル
off.
ス薬の開発には成功していないと記されている件についてだ。どう思う？
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. He was gonna kill himself so that Zero thinks he's dead, then his bracelet would fall off and then he would come back to life. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Axolotl that cures it.
だよな。だが日記には、抗ウイルス薬の開発にはあと10年から20年はかかるだろうとも書いてあるぞ。
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
12月29日。年数は記されていない。
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
まあ、そうだろうな。次、2つ目は地下シェルターの件についてだ。例の新聞記事は感染者の隔離について言及していた。そこで我々はもしかしたらここが その隔離施設なのでは、そんな疑念を抱いたわけだが、この日記の記述はそれとは真逆の可能性について示唆している。非感染者たちは政府の用意した地下シェルターへと収容された。
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters. Which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
ああ、断言はできないが、可能性はないこともない。
But Cork's been infected, right?
ウイルスがどこからか潜り込んできたのかもしれん。
That would be bad.
よく考えてみてくれ。もしそうだとしたら、いろいろとつじつまが合うだろう。我々はこのシェルターへと放り込まれてかなり長い間、そう、何年も何十年も眠らされていたのかもしれない。その間にパンデミック、世界的なウイルスの感染拡大が発生し、あの新聞記事が書かれ、日記が書かれ。
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
そうだ、あくまでも可能性の話だがな。
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right? And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why are we playing the non-nerd game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
確かに、それもそうだな。
See,
とにかく新聞と日記だけでは情報が足りないな。他にも何か手がかりがないか探してみよう。
Fi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
気が変わったんだ。クオークの様子については後で報告してくれ。
And with that, she was gone. Man, I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. How's he doing?
特に異常はありません。
相変わらず眠ったままじゃよ。
I see. Mind if I have a look?
ええ、
Oh. I made my way around the partition to the side of Cork's bed. The journal and the thing Fi and I had talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment, the AV game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake, mine, and Cork's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Cork would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps you just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him. forever. Anesthetizing. Huh. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with Axolotl. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was, then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? It was so faint, I almost didn't hear it.
じっちゃん。じっちゃん。
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die, even for a minute, was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Oh, any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do. Sigma, you hero.
アンビデックスゲーム投票の締め切りまで残り10分です。プレイヤーは速やかに投票を済ませてください。所定の時刻までに投票を行わなかった場合、未投票者の選択は協力に設定されます。
そろそろ時間じゃな。シグマ、ルナ、お前さんたちは倉庫に戻れ。
What about you?
わしはここに残る。クオークのことが心配じゃからな。
でも天明寺さんはそろばんですし、投票しなかったら
The main character is sacrificing
自動的
himself.
に協力に設定される。そんなことは知っておるわ。つい今しがたのアナウンスでも言っておったしな。
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
別にどうもせん。ただやられたと思うだけじゃ。いずれにせよ、わしは協力にしか投票できんのじゃよ。対戦相手であるアリスと K のペア。そのうちアリスの方は BP が1じゃからな。もしもわしが裏切りを選び、奴らが協力を選んでしまったら、わしはアリスを殺すことになってしまう。そんなことをしてまでわしは脱出したいとは思わん。クオークを置いていくわけにもいかんしな。したがって ABA ルームに入ろうと入るまいとどっちにしろ同じなんじゃよ。わしの手は協力で決まっておるからな。
Tenyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
ああ、心配には及ばんよ。
はい。
Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenyoji and Quark behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
AB ルームの扉見ればわかるんじゃない？
They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
つまり
That he went in, I guess.
そういうこと。
Jerk. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the axolotl from him by force, so he hidden himself in the AV room. What a coward. I've made up my mind to choose ally, no matter what, but a part of me has still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
ところで天明寺さんは？
ああ、
Wanna explain Tenyoji's choice?
そう。それじゃあ天明寺さんが裏切りを選ぶ心配はなくなったわけね。
そうなりますね。それでアリスさんとケイさん、お二人はどちらを選ぶつもりなんですか？
もちろん協力で決まりよ。だって
私の BP が6だからですね。
ええ、そう。天明寺さんが協力で確定している以上、こっちは裏切りは出せないわ。なぜならそんなことをしたら K の BP が9になっちゃうから。
ですが、もしも K さんが AB ルームの中で強行手段に出たら。
ご安心ください。私はそのような粗暴な真似はいたしません。
本当ですか？
え
え。だったら K は AB ルームに入らなければいい。投票はアリス一人で行うんだ。そうすれば余計な心配はしなくて済むだろう。
いや、しかし申し訳ありませんが、それはできません。
どうして？
どうしてもです。さあ、アリスさん、行きましょう。
おい、ちょっと待てよ、K。
K continued briskly toward the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Phi. Ah, man. Why do Sigma and Luna have to be in danger? No, Scrabble would follow him, perhaps concerned that he would walk her out. This sucks. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
大丈夫でしょうか、アリスさん。
信じるしかあるまい。今は K の言葉
を。投票の締め切りまで残り5分です。
時間がない。ルナ、行くぞ。
はい。
They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right and were soon out of sight inside it. Alright, Clover, time for us to go.
わかった。
I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AV room. Okay, well, let's get betrayed by the ghosts.
Sigma, どうするの?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose ally.
ダメだよ。そんなの自殺行為だってば。
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick betray.
あいつが、あの男が協力を選ぶかもしれないっていうの？ありえないよ、絶対。だって、ディオの BP は6なんだよ。裏切りを選んで3点取って脱出しようと思ってるに決まってるじゃん。
Well, what about you? You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chose ally and we chose betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
そんな可能性今の今まで1ミクロンも考えたことなかったよ。だって何度も言うようだけどディオは裏切りを選ぶに決まってるし。
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
だからディオに IB って言われるんだよ。こっちが協力を選んだって必ず薬を返してくれるとは限らないでしょ。
Oh no, this would be so sad. Maybe it won't, but I can guarantee that it'll destroy it if I pick betray. They would just be yelling at each other in here. Oh jeez, that's who he is.
分かったよ。これだけ言っても聞いてもらえないんなら仕方ないね。投票ボタン押させてもらうから。
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backward with all my strength. Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
ちょっと何考えてんのよ。女性に対して暴力を振るうなんて卑怯だよ。
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
だってこのままじゃシグマ死んじゃうんだよ。そんなの黙って見てられないよ。嫌なの。あなたに死んでもらいたくないんだよ。
投票の締め切りまで残り10秒です。
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine. What a hard choice. Oh, they do let me choose. Oh.
アンビデックスゲーム第2ラウン
Oh
ド
no,
終了。
Sigma.
結果は倉庫内のディスプレイに表示されます。お疲れ様でした。アンビデックスゲートを開放します。
They actually did it. They let me choose for them. Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed toward the results screen.
シグマ。
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. No. No, Sigma. Goodbye.